Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lifestyle with Dr. Moby. And today we have an excellent guest, Karyn De Mol, all the way from Australia. Let's welcome Karyn.
Hey, how you going?
So, Karyn, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So, hi, I'm Karen. I'm a multi award-winning book writer, author, and I am also a therapist in helping people solve binge eating and many other issues that goes on for women and men. I had suppressed grief when I was 10 years old. My father died, and then again, my stepfather died when I was 15, and it's through those journeys and being left alone at 15, I realised that I had suppressed grief. And it wasn't until I became an adult and actually went through that down the self-development road that I realised how I was living my life and sabotaging myself and not liking myself was due to traumas I had in my life. And once I realize all the limiting beliefs that were holding me back, like I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, what's wrong with me, I don't fit in, I don't know who I am, was all because of traumas that had held me back. And once you learn to get a new perspective on that, it changed my life. It allowed me to understand who I am and live life, and actually live life with joy and just appreciate what life can do for you. And it was through working with coaches and going out and learning the different modalities that allowed me to understand and be curious about what was going on. And from there, I then wrote a book with another author and helping people get through their life and actually and seeing them on the other side being happy and actually believing in themselves is so rewarding.
Well, thank you for sharing all those details. I'm sure it's painful even as of today to even think of those. And we really, when I'm hearing it, I feel sad about it. So I can well imagine, person who went through it means a lot. So, but you turn this to a positive note, and you actually are helping so many people around you, and you are guide, and you wrote excellent book, and
Yeah.
you are giving tips, and I'm sure some part in your heart feels great about this achievement, even helping a single person out of this, right?
That's right. I think as you get older, you actually learn why you're here. And I believe that I went through those so that I could actually support other people. Same as my cancer journey. I went through my cancer journey to support other people with cancer as well. So it is very much, once you come out the other side, you do realize there is a reason why you've actually lived through those. And I believe everyone has their purpose.
And always I say that when you try to help really someone and you have positive, if you spread positivity, it comes 100 times back to you actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
And same stands for negativity. If you do spread negativity too, and it actually also comes back to you too. So,
Correct.
but
Yeah.
it's our choice. We can pick and choose what we want. So, but I think if we do positivity and positive message, I'm sure with all your help and your seeing successes and with so many people, it feels good. It feels good, and it kind of really heals some part of our body, right?
Yes. I mean, obviously, when you help others,
Mhm.
it's like anything, when you do things for other people, you do feel it, and it makes you feel like a better person as well. But it is about seeing them finding themselves, seeing them get the different perspective, which is so rewarding, definitely. But you've got some people who get addicted to it, and there's some people who don't. So
Mhm.
that sort of comes down to their reasons, their emotions, what they've also formed as a habit due to maybe the traumas they've had in life, and they've learnt that food is love, food is their comfort. So then it becomes a habit. So there's several ways that you have to look at. You can't just attack it with food, and that's what a lot of people do when they're binge eaters. They go on diets, because one of the biggest things we want to do as a binge eater is lose weight. I've been, on and off diets all my life.
Mhm.
And the restriction actually causes you to eat more. because your unconscious mind goes, well, hang on, you're telling me I can't have it. So you might do really well for a couple of days and then bang, you sabotage because you feel deprived that you've actually haven't had that food. So you can't just attack these, I suppose people call them diseases like binge eating or restriction with diet. You have to do it with clearing the emotions and finding out why, being curious about why you actually do go to food to soothe, and then break habits. So it's not a simple thing to actually just say to stop doing it. And a lot of people who suffer with these disorders, it's really hard to actually let it go because you're trying one thing, but you need to attack it from all angles. You need to like clear out the emotions, diet in, throw away the scales. they lie to you. And then also you may have to look at the foods, listen to your body and look at the foods that are actually good for your body. Like I know for me, if I eat dairy, people say that's restricting if I take dairy out of my life, but I know my body doesn't react well to dairy. So that's a matter of me listening to my body. So there's several parts in overcoming eating disorders. You can't just try one thing. And so I think, it's a struggle, but you have to, it can be done.
Okay, well, I will ask you, a little bit about that. You have mentioned initially, about your childhood trauma, and then, at age 15, you had deaths of your loved ones, right? And that caused you to actually have this, and you had more than one, right? So you had more than one. And then you found in food some comfort. And you were trying to, so if there was no food, then God forbid, you would have committed some really undesirable thing, right? Or maybe you could have found something else, right?
Well, I mean, obviously at the age of 15, I became a little bit of a party gal. So, so I was out drinking, I was smoking, and I would restrict with my diet as well because I wanted to lose weight. So that whole combination, since then, obviously, I've given up smoking and all those sort of things. But it's easier to give up smoking than it is to give up food because food is part of life. But it is very much at the age of 15, I would go through stages where I would eat secretly, eat alone. So I would never eat in front of other people. And then the rest of the time I'd be on a diet. Oh, look how good I am. But that was me trying to prove to other people I was good, but I wasn't actually trusting myself. I didn't love myself. I was all about wanting to get approval from others. So, and that's again, because at the age of 15, I was left alone. But everybody's trauma is different. Like, just because myself and my brother reacted differently. So you also have how you treat it and how you react to things, because someone else can have the exact same upbringing and react differently. So it's how you emotionally react to it. And then what habits you formed on that. So for me, habits were constant diets. But that just told my unconscious mind that I wasn't worthy of looking after myself.
And that is, so at what age did you realize that you were not taking care of yourself, or you should have taken care better?
I mean, obviously at the age of 15, I was still, I was enjoying life, but I was unhappy with myself, didn't understand what I'd been through. It wasn't until I really sort of started doing the self-development work at 30 that I realized the reason why I was sabotaging. And that, that took a bit of time as well. I worked with a coach myself before I even sort of went down more of me learning to help others myself, because it was through my journey with my coach, I realized, wow, there's more to this. And I could see that, I think I learned with my coach that exercise meant death. So my father fell through a wall when he was fixing up our toilet, outside toilet, and it brought the cancer back. So then he died of cancer when I was 10. So, but I saw him as being active, falling off the ladder. I didn't realize at the age of 10 that it just activated the cancer. Then when my stepfather died at 15, he was very active and he just died in his sleep. Mum woke up and he was cold and he died. So for me, my brain went, oh, if you're active, you'll die. Now, I
Oh,
didn't
wow.
understand that. So I just didn't, to me, if I got scared, I would sit on the couch and eat food because if I move, I'm going to die. I
Oh,
didn't realize that till I worked with a coach and it came
wow.
together. It was like, wow. So now I love exercise. You know, I started doing triathlons and different things, whereas before I would try to exercise to lose weight,
Mm-hmm.
but it wouldn't stick. I didn't enjoy doing it because as soon as I would get some sort of trauma or some sort of fear, I was like, whoa, I need to sit back on the couch and be a sloth and do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going through those processes. I think that was probably the biggest aha moment for me was that, and I realized that had formed from a very young age.
Mm-hmm. And
Um,
now you're a successful CPA accountant, right?
correct.
Wow, congratulations. So that's,
Thank you very much.
I mean, that is a lot. I mean, says a lot about, how you overcame all that,
Yeah, so basically, again, I left school in year 10, which is only at the age of 15. I didn't go and study until later. And that's how I actually got more into the self-development work to actually help others because I had done 10 years of studying while I was working full time to get my degree, do my CPA. And then I was like, what am I going to do with my time now? So then I went and started learning. I think I did some meditation classes. I did Reiki. I did a bit more of the woo-woo sort of stuff, and
Mhm.
then went down more of the NLP, timeline therapy, hypnosis, creatrix, and then learnt all the other modalities so I could actually help others the way I'd been helped and have all the tools as well as my personal experience. I've also got the tools to then help them and see them on the other side, see them get different perspectives for their life.
And you have also a hypnotherapist and hypnosis trainer,
Yep.
and you also specialize in gut-directed hypnosis.
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about that. I've never heard about
Okay. So basically, when you have gut issues, that can impact on your life in sleep, in weight as well, and just may I say, you get lots of wind if your gut's not good. That's when I also discovered for me dairy and wheat is not good for my body.
it.
So gut-directed hypnosis works on calming because stress is very much affects your gut
Mhm.
and your mind. So with hypnosis, you actually calm that down, but you also need to do the nutrition. So again, it's double based. You have to go with nutrition as well as the hypnosis. So I've studied nutrition as well, and I've got a certificate in that. But I don't tell people what to eat. Again, what I'm trying to teach you is to listen to your body. So I don't go and say you don't go on this diet because I don't believe in diets anymore. I tell you to actually listen to your body. And then with the hypnosis, we're guiding your unconscious mind to heal your gut as well as putting the correct nutrition in your body. So it's a lovely way to actually de-stress as well as tell your unconscious mind to heal your gut. So
Mm.
when you do it with hypnosis as well as nutrition, it can be so much faster and so much calmer for the person, and they feel so much better with gut-directed hypnosis.
Very nice, very nice. It's always interesting that I have these, all the time speakers and guests, and I learn so much from all of them. It's been a great experience always. So yeah, gut. I always say that gut is your second brain. And,
Correct.
and there's always a two-way relationship between your gut and brain and vice versa. It actually supports your brain and also gives feedback. Pretty
Mm,
much every part of your body is under direct or indirect control of the brain. And
correct.
yeah, and even I believe that even the surroundings, which is not your part of body, you actually get the positive energy, and also you are also should be part of the atmosphere, all the energy flow. So
Mm,
if you are kind of not transmitting energy either, and you are actually so that is you will find that you are cornered of all the positivity and everything, right? So we have to understand that our role in humans is very unique, that we have animals and others, they don't have that liberty of making these
mm,
wise decisions. We do have, and that's why we are the smartest on the planet. But when they just follow the direction, right? The animals do this, and they become part of this ecosystem. Well, we are in some way maybe, but I think on one hand we are destroying the planet, but that's a separate topic. Right? So but on the other hand, we have like you said, the gut directed hypnosis. We have, your gut produces such a good hormones,
Yeah.
serotonin, all these good hormones. And your diet is so important,
Mm.
probiotics, and the gut bacteria is actually the factory, right?
Mm. The other issue, you talked about the environment. If our mental attitude about food can actually turn that food, if we have beliefs about food, we can actually turn that to, so it's not good for our body as well too. So
Yeah.
we can, I don't know if you notice, whenever you're stressed, it churns in your stomach. Quite often it's like chest and stomach. People get like butterflies in their stomach when they're nervous, when they're stressed. So you think about how that is affecting you. If you're stressed, that your food and your stomach and your gut is not being looked after. And then if you actually have an outlook on life that everything is out to get you, everything is bad, or the food that goes into your mouth as well will actually be not good for your body.
That
And
is
then, of
true.
course, then you've also got all the processed foods. So that's where it's a double whammy. You can't just look at nutrition. You have to look at everything else that's going on in your life, where you are mentally, physically, and emotionally on how you feel about things, because everything can affect your gut. And when your gut is out, it affects everything about your life.
Yeah,
So,
and I mean it has so many neurons and everything connections in there,
correct.
and they are not just to move the food, or they're not there to do. They are there a lot of functions they are doing back and forth, giving feedback. So you're absolutely right, but it's a very interesting topic. A lot of
Mm,
people don't understand that.
yeah.
They think that they just want to eat, and they put all these, chemicals and extra food in the gut and think that your body will take care. I'm
Mm.
sorry to tell you, but we have to do more responsive way, right?
Correct. And you talked about animals just sort of eating off the land. Well, that's how we used to eat many years ago. We used to eat off the land. Now you hear of so many children with allergies. Now, how did they get those allergies? It's either been passed through the mother, or it's all the processed foods that we didn't have 50 years ago, 60 years ago. Like my parents used to cook from scratch.
Yeah.
Now we're buying, McDonald's and all those sort of foods that can sit in the car for 2 years and look the same again 2 years later. So if we're putting that food in our body, we don't know what effect it's having on our bodies. And we do now, because there's so much more people who are getting sick. And then medicine is keeping us older longer, but it's not like we're always then stuck on the medicine. I do believe that food is medicine, but I also believe that you have to do more than just the food. You have to look at your mindset. You need to look at your heart. You need to look at all the different things and the stress, because there's more stress in our life as well. Back in the days of dinosaurs,
Yeah.
we used to be able to run away from a dinosaur and then the adrenaline would go down. Whereas now we're stressed all the time because of our work and just how society is. And the last 2 years, especially, even more stressed. So we have to actually work on that as well too.
Now that's interesting that our great ancestors probably were stressed from dinosaur, and we get stressed from traffic. So
Yeah.
nothing changed.
I
Yeah.
think on one of my journeys, there was a thing where you actually, when you go in for a run or you're doing some sort of exercise, imagine dinosaur chasing after you, and it actually tells your unconscious mind that it needs to burn more fat because it needs to get away, because it needs to be faster to be able to get away from something that's harming you. But you've got to remember to bring that back down again when you're not being chased, or when you're not trying to.
Yeah.
Burn
So
the
I
calories.
see that you have an excellent award-winning book, right? So tell me a little bit about.
Yes, Eating Secrets. We've won 10 awards.
Very nice, very nice. Congratulations. So, and you said that it's available on Amazon too, right?
Yep, or you can actually get a copy on my website. You can get a
Mhm.
signed copy of the book if you prefer a signed copy, or you can get a PDF book on my website. So you can go to www.goodnessmealternative.com.au and there's a tab called Eating Secrets. And there's a few free things you can get on there as well too. You can actually download a hunger and fullness scale because people don't know when to stop eating or when they are actually hungry. We've learnt to not listen to our body. So we've got there's a free download there, and there's also a quiz you can do. So there's a few freebies on there if you go and check out my website.
Mhm. Very nice. Yeah, I checked it out. So, is it about your own battle with food?
Yes. So it's basically, there was myself and another therapist, Megan Harris. We wrote that together. And it was about our story, but also we bring together our therapeutic systems to actually help you be curious. We have different techniques in there to help you de-stress. We have there's different ideas of actually, I do is because I'm also a kinesiologist, so that we do a sound balance through there. So it's not just about our stories, it's also about our experience as therapists and how you can actually help yourself to understand why you use food to soothe, and some techniques to help you through those battles. And off the back of that, we have an online course, which again, if you go to mygoodnessmealternative.com.au, go to Eating Secrets, you can then also buy the online course with support with me through a Facebook group. So it's the best way to actually get support, not just read a book, because reading a book is fantastic, but you've also got to take the actions.
Yeah.
And if you join the course, you also get a PDF copy of the book for free as well as a whole lot of workbooks and hypnosis recordings to actually help you through.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
And congratulations on writing such a
Thank you.
masterful piece of literature. I shouldn't say just literature. Actually, it's an actual book too. So for coaching and lifestyle coach, right? So excellent,
Yeah.
excellent work. So also tell me a little any final message or thoughts you have for our audience.
The biggest thing I would say is if you're struggling with something, don't struggle alone. Reach out, because it's when I worked with a coach that I really understood what was going on for me, and all those beliefs and all those things that were holding me back. It wasn't me sabotaging myself because I didn't know what I was doing. It was just a matter of understanding my emotions, my feelings, learning to listen to my body, learning to realize that what had happened in my life was traumatic and I just needed to heal from it. So everybody has gone through some sort of traumas, and some of those traumas I've even learned are not even that, when you look back at it now at this age, but when you were like 8 or whatever. Like I had one person say to me at 8, you shouldn't be wearing a bikini. Now that was, because I had a little potty belly at the age of 8. You remember that as a child, and then when you get older, it's kind of stuck in your brain till you get triggered. So just remember, if you are reacting in a way that you don't want to act, there's usually some sort of trigger that relates to something that's happened in your past that's causing you to feel safe by reacting that way, and you've learned that that's the way to react. So reach out to someone. Don't berate yourself. Be curious and find out why you act in that way. And when you do that, you actually get freedom and get a different perspective on things.
Very nicely said. And I would always encourage people, just be kind to yourself and body, because
Yes.
and body will be very helpful and kind to you in return.
Yes.
So
Body image and loving yourself is one of the biggest things we need to learn. But loving yourself can be hard when you've come from this place where you just need to learn to like yourself first rather than
yeah,
love. Everyone talks about love yourself. You need to love yourself. But sometimes when you're there, you can't get to that point. So be kind to yourself and then learn to like yourself. Then you can keep on going further to eventually love yourself.
that is so true. And thank you once again for coming to our show. And
You're welcome. Thank you.
And just one more housekeeping. Sorry, the initial introduction was a little bit got error in the recording. So if you can repeat the first part, I will say I'm introducing you again, and then the other part was perfect. Just
Okay.
the first minute or so. Okay.
Okay.
So, sorry about that. Sorry.
That's okay.
I just checked it. I think something wrong.
That's okay. I mean, I wing it, so it'll probably come out completely different. So that's fine.
No, I will cut it at this end and I will put it at the beginning. That's
Yep.
okay. No worries. Okay, so it'll be again a promo.